Hey guys, good afternoon. This is Camilo with baseballstrong.com, our go-to baseball strong. It's on Instagram, baseball strong nation at baseballstrong.nation. So today I want to discuss, is it when do you start lifting weights? When is it appropriate? That's a really good question because there's parents that have kids that are at the age of, they're starting to question what age is good to train. So we have to take into account obviously the age, the maturity. Some kids are predisposed to putting on more muscle, so they're carrying more body weight. Um, and there's kids that are lean and their body can only handle so much. So we're here to talk about just the right age to lifting weights. I want to keep this super simple. There's a lot of information out there on when to start training with weights. And the first question is, does your son or daughter, do they have body control over their own body weight? And again, it comes back to how old are they? How old are they now? Which gets you to start thinking about if they should take it up to the next level, which is to add some type of strength work into their weekly routine. So body weight. So are they able to control their body weight? Do they move around good? And that could be anywhere from laterals, side to side shuffles. Can they catch themselves balance? Can they react? Are they able to catch themselves? And that's the thing. So the more they're able to do, that means they have more body control, more muscles being activated. So that's again going to come into question. So I can show you today, if they're about 12, they can probably start doing some body weight stuff. And remember, there's PE classes, recess, so they're running, they're out there being physical. And so one of the things about weight training is your body becomes adapted to it. So remember, start light, and make sure you build up in the reps and also the sets. So a repetition is the number of times you're going to do, say, a body weight squat, a lunge, say push-ups, say some overhead raises, shoulder raises. So anything that's going to stress the body more than usual. So if I raise my hands up 20 times, at some point they're going to get tired. Okay, so and again, I can give you some basic information about it. I started lifting when I was 13 years old. So and I was on a basic barbell program with very light weights, basically a squat, an overhead press, a bench press, and what else? Some rows, bent rows, and I don't think I did any lunges. Just bench press, squats. I also did. My grandfather had a trapeze, a little trampoline, so I'd warm up on that, do some jumps on that, and basically I would do 3 sets of 10, very lightweight, and I did that for about a year. And I also did bicep curls, and then some tricep work. I didn't necessarily do any rotational work besides swinging the bat. So, but let me see. So, I was already swinging the bat probably about when I was 10 years old. My coach, I found out that he can switch hit. He was a phenomenal switch hitter. He started hitting balls. He was hitting bombs right-handed, and then he gets on the other side of the plate. I'm walking to practice, and this guy, he's just launching him, and I go, whoa. So that blew my mind right there. I go, whoa. I go, I want to do that. That was awesome. For whatever reason, I go, I want to do that. I want to hit left-handed. And so I asked him, I go, Coach, hey, how do you do that? He's all, grab a bat, take 100 swings. Yes, he was in the right direction. So I was already at the age of 10. This is like summer of 1987, maybe 88, 86. So I'm swinging the bat left-handed every day, 100 times. And I had this old school Oakland A's bat that they gave away at Oakland. I got it from some garage sale, and I swung the bat. It was a little too heavy, but also my swing felt better a few months later, but I wasn't necessarily hitting the ball. But I was already on a regimen to improve. I knew that I didn't know, I was just doing stuff to improve my baseball game, taking more swings. I was out in the front yard, playing with the guys down the street, playing baseball. We were playing baseball. These guys threw hard. Threw curveballs, fastballs, changeups. We played with an incredible ball because obviously a hard ball would break, do some really damage. So, and we had a field that we played up the middle, and obviously you had to learn how to hit the ball back to the middle or away from the potential broken windows. So again, let's get back to strength training. Strength training is not bad for your son or daughter if done right, and also um, the appropriate weights. So you can do body weight, and I'll do another video based on body weight. Body weight squats, lunges, side to side hops. Those are good. Light overhead presses, something that they can carry. Um, so body weight squats, and yes, age, and also just sticking to it, and that's how you get stronger. If you continually work, pick out 2 days a week where your son or daughter is going to do strength training, or I might be talking to the athlete. They might see this video and say, "Hey, when is a good age?" So I would say a good age for strength training is going to depend on maturity, but also I say 12 and up. And also there's intensity levels. Intensity levels mean repetitions, sets, how many days a week, um, and that's going to determine the workload. And so as you get better and stronger, you can add more weight, add more reps, add more sets, add more days. You can start to add these things in, because then that's when the body's getting stronger, and it's going to get stronger at an incremental pace. It's not going to just one day uh, you're going to show up and you're going to be strong. And also, a lot of people get the wrong idea. Um, it, Lifting weights is not going to make you a home run hitter. You have to put the work in off the tee, hitting, short toss, live toss. So those are drills that can help you get better as a hitter. But if you're 12 years old, I would suggest that you do some body weight squats, 3 days a week, 3 sets of 8 to 12. Push-ups, 3 sets of 8 to 12 again. So lunges, lateral hops, squat jumps, and try to do something overhead. Try to do something overhead. And they suggest that you necessarily, if you're a pitcher, don't go overhead. As a strength coach and as an athlete, and the way I train my guys, I want you to be strong in all angles. So, get some dumbbells, do some raises in front, do some rear delt work. And I'll do another video. This is just to touch upon different exercises that you can incorporate into a daily workout regimen. And this video it's long, but I want to make sure that I address it, is that it is safe. It is safe to lift weights. But you want to make sure, maybe start off with body weight. And the way to determine that is basically, the way to determine that is your maturity level, and also doing your body weight stuff first. So there you go. Those are some quick tips, and I actually had someone call me right now, so that's what I'll put this video on pause. All right, hey, so I just had a quick adjustment on my video camera. So we're back. We're talking about the appropriate age to lift weights. Lifting weights is good, and also the lifting session should be supervised by a coach, or even a parent who understands basic mechanical movements of the press. Remember, when you're learning a new movement, it should be with very light weight, that the lifter or the athlete, if you're watching this video, you should be able to control that range of motion. You shouldn't have to move your body position even for a squat. If you're like moving in different directions, that means your body is weak at certain points of the lift. So we want to make sure that you have a good foundation of the right mechanics, and also getting to feel what a good rep is and what a bad rep is. And if you're moving out of position too much for each rep, yes, there comes a point in time where the weight will start to force your body to break down its form, but that's only after maybe a few years of training, where you know the difference between a good technique, bad technique, and you can make the adjustment. And it's the resistance or the weight on the bar or dumbbell that's challenging you and forcing you to stay tight in those good positions. So there you go. This video is way too long, but yes, um, 12 years old is a good age to start doing some type of body weight exercises. I feel 13, you can add some dumbbells in there with some lunges, some squats, some rows, some overhead presses, and some very light ones for some shoulder deltoid work. So if you have any questions, I'm going to make some more videos. So there you go. And once you start lifting weights, it's a lifetime process. So as long as you continue to play and you want to play at the highest levels, I would suggest once you start, you stay on and you do 3 days a week. 3 days a week consistently for 3 or 4 years, you're gonna definitely see some great results. Not only in preventing injury, but just strength, durability, and we haven't even touched upon mindset. It's going to build your confidence. It's going to build your mindset. It's going to build your self-esteem because you're getting stronger inside and outside. Also, when you're working out, you don't necessarily have to overeat, but you want to make sure you eat enough um, to recover from the workouts. If you're doing body weight, you could probably just eat the same unless you're a little bit light. Then you can start to add a little bit more calories, and we'll talk about that soon too. So there you go. Um, if you if you're 12 years old or 13 years old, are in high school already, you should lift weights. Lifting weights is good, but make sure you learn the correct exercise and utilize the correct form so that you get the benefit out of it. So you don't want to strengthen imbalances. And also lifting weights is not just about moving weights, it's about feeling the muscles, seeing what's working, feeling the muscles and seeing how they're working, how they're moving, how they're engaging, how do you stay tight for a squat. So those are a lot of things to address, but go to a coach first and have them write you out a program. Make sure you check your form, and because ultimately, just like hitting off a tee, you want to take the mechanics that you learn from your coach and apply them to yourself and hit by yourself, so you can self correct and self manage your practices, so that you ultimately know that you can go out there and compete and not need someone to walk you through the process. Yeah, there's going to be some cues and stuff to be reminded about, but ultimately inside, you're the one that's going to have to do it, and you're gonna have to trust that your work ethic is paying off. So there you go. Lifting weights is good for you. Just make sure you watch your form. Make sure you do body weight first, and make sure I would go to an actual coach and learn how to move your body the right way. Stay with your coach as long as you can self correct and know how to make adjustments on your own. So there you go. BaseballStrong.com.